Magic the Gathering is a collectible trading card game. It was invented in 1993 and has grown into one of the biggest games of its kind. One of the most interesting aspects about Magic is the heightened competitive nature of the game, with many tournaments and tournament-level players and some people who make their living off of this game.
I started playing Magic the Gathering probably early 2015, late 2014, somewhere in that range. So, yeah, good 3 years or so. What got me into it was I had some friends who played, and they knew it was a competitive outlet, a way to use a game and have strategy to kind of like pass time, hang out with friends, but also like kind of add to like a sense of a competitive sense that's in a friendly environment. So that's how I started playing. I've heard a lot of people really describe Magic as like a cross between like poker and chess. Very much in the way that like it's a strategy game that takes mental elements from both of those games and puts it into a platform like that. But it's a game that's based around just kind of like there's different types of formats, but it's a game really based around seeing what strategy you can use to beat your opponent, and it's a sense of creativity to it, but basically it's just trying to metagame something or trying to outdo your opponent in one way or another. Yeah, it's like not quite as like big as poker, for example, but it does have a very big like professional following with its online format and also in its like paper traveling format. There's hundreds of pro players who make their living with Magic. There's different vendors who give professional players the outlet to write articles and give advice and kind of break down the format and be the leaders inside like the game. I'd say the biggest thing is probably the Pro Tour or like the World Championship. Like either of those are probably like the highest level, and then below that you got like Grand Prix, and below that you have like the tournaments that are presented by like vendors like Channel Fireball or TCG Player or Star City Games.
Even though it may seem daunting, Magic the Gathering still is pretty easy for a new player to break into. You just have to know the right tips and tricks.
Just get a group of friends who can kind of like show you the ropes, people you can trust, who can give you an idea of what, and you need to evaluate what you want out of the game. But you want to go in small and maybe just, get a standard deck. And the best advice I give is just do some research, and instead of trying to do your own thing, usually it's good to start out and try to like get your foot in the water with something that's already solidified. Now you just want to stick to something. I think that's the biggest advice, is people try to jump around and they think the game kind of sucks, but I think sticking to something and becoming as good as you can at it really can solidify yourself as an expert at that archetype or that specific deck or something like that.